Howdy, everyone. Frankie here, New West Reset. Hello, how's it going? Welcome back, and thank you very much once again for joining me here for another live one, as a matter of fact. New West Reset Live, episode 162 here today, Sunday, March the 15th, 2026. Just two freckles past 5 p.m. Mountain Time, local time. And as always, we're coming at you live from the mountains, the Canadian Rocky Mountains, well, the foothills thereof, here in southwestern Alberta, Purdy, Alberta, right here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada land there, eh? So how's she going there, bud? Thank you very much for winding down your weekend. Here, yours truly on the live show, episode 162. We're going to be looking at visually amazing Vienna, Austria. I'm going to be sharing your photos. And by your photos, I mean Glenn's photos. For this evening's show, we're having a look at some exquisite photos shared with me by a friend of the channel, Glenn Riis, R-I-S-S, Riis. I'm going to say Riis until further notified. We're going to look a little bit into Vienna itself, and then we'll have a look at these wonderful photographs taken by Glenn himself. A couple of weeks ago, I did an episode of Pedestrian Oblivion here on the channel, on the Sunday live show. We did Austrian. Jawohl, we did Austrian Pedestrian Oblivion. And after the show, Glenn reached out via email and said, hey, I got some photos that I took of Vienna. So he shared those with me. Wonderful file, massive file. I actually had to edit the thing down a little bit because, otherwise we'd be here for 6 hours, eh? But so I replied, oh, wow, these are amazing. You've got a good eye. You know what I mean? He's quite the shutterbug. And he says, oh, you like that? Here's Prague as well. So who knows? We may have a look at Prague in the not too distant future as well. So links below for everything that we're going to cover, as well as how you can get a hold of a guy. And you can now access those links again. I've got 1 foot out of the door of the detention hall here on the YouTube detention. I still have the other foot and the rest of my being firmly in the detention hall, but I got 1 foot out. I had to do some kind of channel verification thing so that they'd let me share links and pin comments and do all that other good stuff that I've been doing for years now. And just all of a sudden now I had to send them a verification video saying, hi, I'm an actual human. I'm not an AI bot or something. That's their justification for it. Yeah, like I'm an AI bot. The guy who ridicules and makes fun at how stupid AI actually is more than anyone here in our community, I think. But I've got to prove that I'm not one of them. Okie dokie there, buddy. So thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, please do all the things, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching this after the live, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. Leave a fellow comment down below. And of course, as always, links for how you can get a hold of a fella. Email, BitChute, YouTube, and Rumble. Because, of course, broadcasting simultaneously live on the YouTubes and on the Bumble, the green fighting platform. That's right. So links below in the description for all of that good stuff. Sorry, I'm just catching up here and checking everything, and I got a disturbance in the background. Are you hearing that? I heard something here. Hang on a second. Excuse me, what's going on here? A second, I'm hearing some kind of commotion back here. Hang on. Let me just give me a second here, folks. What's going on over here? Oh, okay. I see. I'm sorry. Got a visitor here. Got a special guest here on the show. Come on in, have a seat, sit down, and tell us what's going on. Hey, how you doing? That's me. It's Tracy Morgan. How you doing, kid? That's right. I heard you talking about Vienna sausages, so I thought I'd come over and tell the story about that one time that Eddie Murphy gave me some ballpark francs. What are you talking about, man? That's right. I went over to Eddie Murphy's house and he gave me some ballpark francs. I'll never forget. He made me some ballpark francs. So I heard you talking about Vienna sausages, and I thought, well, I know what he's talking about over here. Hang on a second, man. I'm not talking about Vienna sausages. I'm talking about Vienna, Austria. You talking about those little bitty sausages in a can? That's right. Sometimes you can put them on a cracker. Cracker. Hey. Oh. Take it easy. Take it easy. That's crazy. All right, Tracy Morgan, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for bamboozling the show. Anyway, enough monkeying around. Thanks for joining me here on the Sunday Funday show. Woo! Woo! Without further ado, let's get into this thing and say howdy to everybody in the chat, in the box. Let me know how you're doing. By the way, speaking of chat, you may have noticed there's a poll there. I put up a little poll. Poll, not POLE. Just want to know what you folks think about the little trailer things pre-live show. If you come in early before I actually go live. Lately, I've been playing little minute or two trailers that are sort of linked to the topic of the show. So yeah, when you get a chance, I'll leave it up for, I don't know, until we do the mid-show break, maybe halfway through the show, and then I'll take it down. But in the meantime, and in between time, let's say howdy to everybody. See how everybody's doing. Kathy Broughton in the box. Howdy, Kathy. Good to see you. Channel 53 is here. Hello. Thanks for shooting in there, bud. There's Ross. Water the Tree. That's his channel. He does boots on the ground and deep dives there in Kansas City, Missouri. He's creeping up on 500 subscribers. Go over there and support the guy, will you? He's poking around there in the woods, finding all kinds of destroyed and buried structures and infrastructure, amassing quite a collection of stamped bricks as well. Very interesting. There's KJ. Kinley Jackson. Howdy. Welcome. Good to see you. Baja is here. Howdy, Baja. How you doing? There's Glenn. Hello. Shout out to Glenn. Thank you very much for sharing your photos there, Mr. Shutterbug. Riis is correct. Fantastic. Like Michael Biehn's character there from The Terminator. Yeah. Riis. Spelled differently. There's Teresa. Teresa Gregory's here. Good to see you. Yeah, so thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate you forwarding me those photographs, both of those files, actually. So as mentioned, if you're just shooting in, just catching up here, a couple of weeks ago, I did a Austrian pedestrian oblivion episode here on the live show. And Glenn said, oh, well, I got some photos of Vienna, Austria there, bud. Let me shoot them to you. Bada boom, bada bing. There's Ubuk on Right-Minded in the box. I mean, that's Phil. Sorry, Phil. That's Phil. My mistake. Since YouTube has changed how your name appears in comments and in the live chats in the box, it's not necessarily as I used to know you, and I get mixed up. My apologies about that, Phil. Newim is here. Hello, hello, howdy. Good to see you. Just catching up on the chat here. That's right. I am from the same place as Brett the Hitman Hart. I even explored the Hart House. Well, at least on the outside. I wasn't going to go in there and get hauled down into that dungeon, right? You never know what'll happen. But yeah, me and Bernie went over there a couple of years ago and we explored the outside and looked around the property. And we thought the place was empty. So we just trespassed basically and started poking around outside, taking video. And then just as we were wrapping up the video, um, the homeowner kind of popped her head out and said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" "Oh, sorry," we said, and we skedaddled. They were fine with it. They get it, right? It's the Hart family, legendary professional wrestling family. They're in their what, third, fourth generation of wrestlers now, but Stu Hart, the patriarch. But yeah, I wasn't gonna go in the house. My luck's the ghost of Stu Hart to grab a hold of me. "Hey, come on down to the dungeon there, and I'll show you how to do a hammer lock, and you see what that's all about there." And no, thank you, no, thank you, Mr. Stu Hart. With all due respect, sir, I do not. I'll show you how to do a crossface chicken wing, and you see how I got your clavicle there in my icy grip. Well, I just need to put a little pressure on there, and oh, it's fine. It's fine there, Stu. Anyway, enough screwing around. Thank you very much here for joining me. As per usual, we'll get into this thing here. We're going to look a little bit into Vienna itself, a little bit of the official his story. Get into some of the photographs. We'll probably take a mid-show break. I don't know, midway through the photo file, because I got to give you a sneak peek at your upcoming midweek vintage footage, and then we'll probably how we'll do it is we'll come back and finish off the file because it's quite substantial, to say the least. So let's start her with the old Wikipedia here, just to see what the official narrative is on Vienna. It's over in Austria, by the way. So it's the capital, the most populous city, and one of the 9 states of Austria. So it's a city and a state. So it's a city-state, I guess. It's Austria's primate city. Got a lot of monkeys over there. It's just 2 million with just over 2 million inhabitants. It's a larger metropolitan area. It's a population of nearly 2.9. See, I thought it would have been bigger. A, because it's over in Europe, and 2, just because it's been around for, since Christ was a cowboy. In other words, it's been around a long time. I mean, they still got primates running around there, so it's got to be. Anyways, what's screwing around? I mean, Calgary has almost 2 million people. We're not that big. We're just some Canadian podunk city here out in the prairies. So it represents nearly 1/3 of the country's population. Vienna is the cultural, economic, and political center of the country, 5th largest city by population in the European Union, and one of the most populous on the Danube, the River Danube. Yeah, they call it Wien. It's how they do it. It's how they do it over there, in Austria and Germany and Bavaria. So let's just kind of we already went through most of this last week, but I did want to kind of click on this here. So it was first established as Vindobona. Okay. Vindobona, pronunciation Windobona, from Gaulish. Window, white, and bona, base or bottom. So it comes from the Gaulish for window, meaning what, and bona, meaning base or bottom. It was a Roman military camp, or castra, in the province of Pannonia. All right, located on the site of the modern city of Vienna in Austria. The settlement area took on a new name in the 13th century, being changed to Berghof, or now simply known as Alter Berghof, the old Berghof. Around 1 AD, the kingdom of Noricum was included in the Roman Empire. Henceforth, the Danube marked the border of the empire, and the Romans built fortifications and settlements on the banks of the Danube, including Vindobona, with an estimated population of 15 to 20,000. Early references to Vindobona are made by the geographer Ptolemy. That guy was Phrygian cap on, holding the globe model there, in his Geographica, and the historian Aurelius Victor, Sextus Aurelius Victor, if you don't mind, who recounts that Emperor Marcus Aurelius passed away in Vindobona on 17th March in the year 180 from an unknown illness while on a military campaign against invading Germanic tribes. So he bought the farm right there in Vienna in the year 180, some unknown illness. Who knows back then, right? It could have been anything. Thank you very much, Hippie Shake in the box. Good to see you there, Hippie. Fast and furious with the links, which, by the way, the links down below are working again. So anybody can now access any of the links either live by clicking the expanded description below or after the live. But thank you, Hippie. Appreciate you, because I know that's a lot of work with the clicking and the copying and the pasting and the clicking and the I mixed it up. Did I share that one already? Oh no. That kind of stuff. It is possible that Vindobona as a legionary fortress was built around the year 100, since the oldest excavated buildings inscriptions date from 103. So even back then, they're saying it only takes like a couple or 3 years to build these massive structures. It's fine. Year, 2, maybe 3. Even back in the year 100. It was part of the Roman province of Pannonia. Yeah, got that. Okay. It was provisioned by the surrounding Roman country estates. Ville Rusticae, a center of trade with a developed infrastructure, as well as agriculture and forestry developed around the town. Of course. And they've got all these architectural remains. I actually want to scroll back up and have a look at some of these photographs here. Where you look at this. So you get a bunch of, you get a layer of a bunch of stones here. But then underneath the stones is almost perfectly sized red brick. And by perfectly sized, I mean to one another, like almost perfectly consistent in size. Just shooting way down, just going way down under the ground there. I mean, these people are peering over a barrier. There's the street. So let's say give it a modern foot for modern paving, probably brick under that too. So this is down like 5, 6 feet, and then just going all the way down. Oh, thank you. I'm doing very well with the pronunciations, apparently. My German is nein sehr gut. Odin's Raven in the box. Good to see you. It's Mother's Day? It's not Mother's Day yet. Dragon Sage is here. Howdy, Sage. Good to see you, honey. I'm home. All right, let's see. See what else we got here. So there it is there. So it's basically, it almost looks like just one um, protrusion from perhaps potentially what was a larger star fort or star city, actually, which wouldn't surprise me because that whole area of the realm is peppered with star cities, especially when you get around Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Hungary. What do we got here? Silver plate. Okay. Who was this? Head of a genius found during excavations. Remains of the Roman outpost at Michaelerplatz. There it is again. It's from a different viewpoint. So are we saying that there's multiple stages of construction that we're seeing here? Is that why there's two different materials? But correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, we're told that the more primitive and generally earlier stage of construction is large, either roughly cut stones or field stones or river rocks to make up your foundation. And then later on, as advancements are made, and then you get either just, pressed clay brick baked in the sun or later kiln fired bricks, more advanced, stacked on top. This seems to be the other way around. It's bass backwards. Roman stones from the Therme at Sterngasse. Okay. Some buggered up looking stones. Okay. Remains of a hypercaust found below Honer Market. So again, probably doing some modern construction and whoopsie doopsie. Look what we forgot about for the last, I don't know, 1,000 years. No, 2,000 years roughly. Dedication stone with inscriptions mentioning the Legio, the 8th, Germina. No, not the 8th, the 13th, excuse me. The 13th. 8 would be V with 3 eyes. It's an X there, Frankie, you dummy. Manhole cover. Proper water supply sanitation was vital for the functioning of the city. Back in 100, they didn't say whether there's AD or BC. I'm going to assume AD. Back in 100 or maybe 103 AD. They got covers for so they got manholes. So whether that's just for, I don't know, storm drainage and not necessarily sewer systems, storm water and storm runoff that they can channel. Either way, I mean, if it's a manhole cover, then there's obviously a hole in the ground to be descended into that they would have to cover up so nobody falls down in there and busts their ass. You know what I'm saying? The Cygnus relief was probably part of a larger public building. Yeah, no kidding. I don't think they just carved this and then just chucked it on the ground and walked away. I wonder what was bashed out of here. Guy with a shield here fighting some lady. It's probably a toga because you go into battle wearing loosely blousey flowing materials like a toga to go into battle. This guy's got the right idea. He's naked. See, if he comes running, what's he holding as a weapon? A snake? If you and I are on the battlefield facing each other, and you come charging at me with a shield and some chest plate armor and a helm, and some kind of sword or I don't know, whatever. And you're charging at me, rah, I'm going to get you, Frankie. And I'm coming at you naked, whipping around a snake. I mean, I'm sorry, that's pretty intimidating. If somebody was coming at me in the battlefield, naked as a jaybird, whipping around some kind of serpent, I would turn tail and run. I don't care how much armor I have on, because there's something wrong with you. There's just absolutely something wrong with you. Anyway, so there it is, a little bit of Vindobona and Vienna itself. One other, again, just real quick, just so we can, this is the actual history of Vienna on the Wikipedia. It's got its own separate page for whatever reason. And again, I just use the Wikipedia because that's what most normies are going to go to. You know, they're going to go onto the Goggle machine and they're going to type it in. First, you're going to get your AI answer, but you scroll down and within the first, I don't know, your top 3, top 5 is going to be the Wikipedia. Most people say, that's trustworthy. I can believe everything it says on that Wikipedia. So that's what I tend to go with. And it's usually good for a couple of laughs, if not for anything else, because, you know, it's generally peppered with all kinds of
shenanigans.
So this is the history of Vienna. So the history of Vienna has been long and varied, beginning with the Roman Empire created a military camp in the area now covered by Vienna city center. Vienna grew from the Roman settlement known as Vindobona. So nobody else at any time prior to the Roman soldiers coming there to establish and build some kind of fort or military encampment. Prior to that, for the tens of thousands of years that were told by, you know, the official narrative, that people were scratching out a living there in Europe, as well as all over the rest of the realm, then nobody else decided that, see, this makes a mighty fine spot here. We've got the Danube, this river right here. We can fish and get some water. There's lots of forests and trees here. We can get some firewood and we can build some shelters. There's a bunch of rocks here. Evidently, we can ding, 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 bash those up and stack them up on top of some bricks that are in the ground to make some, you know, make ourselves a town here, a city center eventually. But then just the Romans come along and they do it all. Nobody else got that idea in their head, I guess. Anyways, Vienna grew from the Roman settlement known as Vindobona to be an important trading site in the 11th century. It became the capital of the Babenberg dynasty and subsequently the Austrian Habsburgs. Ah, of course. Many of us, I'm sure, that name rings a bell or two. Under whom it became one of Europe's cultural hubs. During the 19th century, as the capital of the Austrian Empire and later the Austro-Hungary or the Austro-Hungarian Empire, it temporarily became one of Europe's biggest cities. Since the end of WW1, Vienna has been the capital of the Republic of Austria. All right, let's get into the meat and taters here. The name Vindobona derives from a Celtic language, or Celtic if you like, suggesting that the region must have been inhabited before Roman times. There you go. Just like I was yelling earlier. The Romans created a military camp occupied by Legio 10 Gemina during the 1st century on the site of the city center of present-day Vienna. Settlement was raised to the status of municipium in 2012. Sorry, near 212. Excuse me. Even today, the streets of the 1st district show where the encampment placed its walls and moats. The Romans stayed until the 5th century. A second, I thought the Vindobona, they're saying, actually came from Gaulish. It was Gaulish. But now here they're saying, no, sorry, it's Celtic or Celtic. Fooled you. So now you know what I'm talking about, right?
I don't believe you.
So So Roman Vindobona was located on the outskirts of the empire and thus fell prey to the chaos of the migration period. Has there ever not been a migration period? There are some indications that a catastrophic fire occurred around the beginning of the 5th century. However, the remains of the encampment were not deserted, and a small settlement remained. What's going to catch fire? We can see right here from the picture, it's big ass rocks and bricks. Oh yeah, and dirt. Don't forget the highly flammable terra firma known as dirt. The streets and houses of early medieval Vienna followed the former Roman walls, which gives rise to the conclusion that parts of the fortification were still in place and used by the settlers. Well, it seems to me there was parts that were used by the Roman soldiers too. Byzantine copper coins from the 6th century have been found several times in the area of today's city center, indicating considerable trade activity. Graves from the 6th century were found during excavations next to the Berghof in an area around Salvatorgas. At that time, the Lombards, of course, the Lombards, or the Longobards, if you prefer, controlled the area with Slavs and Avars. Who the heck, Sam Steele, are the Avars? They were an alliance of several groups of Eurasian nomads of various origins. Peoples were also known as the Aubry or Obri in the chronicles of the Rus, the Abaroi or Varkonitai or pseudo-Avars in the Byzantine. Yeah, I don't even, fine, okay, whatever. Early Vienna was centered on the Berghof. The first documented mention of the city during the Middle Ages is within the Salzburg Annals. Annals. Sorry. Dating to 881. When a battle apud Vignam was fought against the Magyars, who are, just say the Hungarians, man. However, it's unclear whether this refers to the city or the river Vine. So the river Wine runs through Wine, or Vine, which is Vienna. So there's a Vienna River and a Danube River. I don't know. Odin's Raven says they made all those names up in the 1800s. Well, you know what? Probably a lot of the stuff, they always word it as, they probably, or things indicate that, indications of a catastrophic fire. Well, what's the indication? They don't say what indicated. They just say, there's some indications of a fire. In 976, the Margraviate of Ostrarici, was given to the Babenberg family. Vienna lay at its borders with Hungary. Vienna was an important site of trade as early as the 11th century. In the exchange of Mautern between the Bishop of Passau and Margrave of Leopold IV, Vienna is mentioned as a civitas for the first time, which indicates the existence of a well-ordered settlement. 1155, Margrave Henry II of Austria made Vienna his capital. In 1156, Austria was raised to a duchy in the Privilegium Minus, with Vienna becoming the seat of all future dukes. Oh, I say. During that time, the Schottenstift was founded. It's a Catholic monastery founded in Vienna in 1155. Well, they just found it, did they? Just stumbled upon it. Anyways, then you get some Third Crusade stuff. Richard the Lionheart and Leopold. Leopold V, so on and so forth. Then, you get your Habsburgs, which have been covered. Anyway, links below. Let's see what's going on here. Links below. Oh, yeah, see, there you go. It's a star city. I knew it. There's the citadel, the star citadel within the star city. And not only have you got walls here, but you've also got walls here, as you can see. And then you've got some huge structures and all kinds of crazy stuff going on all around here too. So, there you go. Another very clearly a star city. Baroque era painting. Oh, a lion, of course. Of course, you got to see a lion. Anyway, link below for that. That's the history of Vienna on the Wikipedia. All right, where are we at here? Coming up on 40 minutes. All right, you say we just bust into some of these photographs here, and then at about roughly the 1 hour mark, we'll take a little break. So, let me just get this thing going here for you. Again, thank you very much for joining me. Appreciate it. Episode 162 here on the Sunday Funday Show. $5:40 p.m. Mountain Time, local time. Sunday, March the 15th. Is it really Mother's Day? Because if it is, I did not call my mother today. I'm going to have to get on a goggle machine right now and check out, see, because no, it's May 10th. May 10th, not March. Okay. Whew. Wow. I would have been in a world of hurt. Let me tell you. A world of hurt. Anyways, let me pull this up here for you. And again, in the chat, if you scroll up, there is a poll, a questionnaire, if you will. I know you showed up to look at some old photos of Vienna, Austria, and now you gotta do a pop quiz. Great, thanks. But I would appreciate if you just give me your 2 cents there on that poll, just about the little trailer vignettes that I've been showing prior to going live. Roberto, buongiorno. Buonasera, scusi. Come stai? Welcome. Hello, hello. So again, as a reminder, friend of the channel, Glenn Riis, contacted me a couple of weeks ago after we did the Pedestrian Oblivion episode of the show with the Austrian Pedestrian Oblivion. And he said, hey, Frankie, you want to see some Austria? Here's some photos I took a little while ago when I was there. And wow, jaw-dropping stuff. And he's got quite the eye. Look at these fabulous statues. These are perched way, way up, of course, on buildings that are, 5, 6, 7 stories high. Look at this glorious ridiculousness. Like every square centimeter, every square inch is just covered in fabulous detail, man. Just everything. I mean, no one's going to see this. No one's going to see this fasces here. And this is way up on the top of the roof of a building, man. I mean, unless you're over here looking out this window, admiring your own beautiful embellishments and statuary. Not to mention this statue. It's a shame that they had to put a net over it. I guess because of the birds. But I mean, man, oh man. They just get silly with it over there. I mean, this is a bucket list city for me, man. Before I buy the farm and go to that great live show in the sky or whatever, I got to go to Vienna, Austria, man. Like, wow, Well, of course, you got an owl. Sure, why not? Some guy making some martinis for everybody because this lady's boobies hanging out, so you know it's a party. What's this guy doing? Painting? He's painting on a big stone tablet. All right. Just even underneath here, but no problem. Just get up there and we'll just get her done, bud. And then this. Come on, man. Come on. Exquisite. Yeah, they are beautiful, and they are extremely ornate. Yeah, the bird doo-doo is a problem. The bird droppings. It's really acidic. Statues become pretty wrecked. They don't have nets over all these statues. So where they got a licensed bird shooer, some guy that shoo bird sits up there all day chasing away the pigeons. I don't know. Oh, there are some pigeons here. Yeah, forget the pigeons. Look at this nonsense. Exquisite, man. Absolutely exquisite. What's going on here? You can assume that they're going to tell us this is all gold. And then, you've got brass or bronze, whatever that is. The patina on it is gorgeous. This is incredible. Again, a shout out to Glenn Riis for these photos. He took these photos and he shared them. So thank you once again, Glenn. This is outstanding stuff, man. What are you holding there, buddy? Some kind of dagger? Careful now. This guy's just getting pelted with a club. Yeah, no problem. Just going to club you here, bud. Yeah, just clubbing. Not that kind of clubbing. Well, at least this guy's about to club some kind of beast. Yikes. Lord of the Here and How in the box. Good to see you. Cheers. Yeah, that must be it. Odin's Raven says birds didn't shit back then. Yeah, it was all fine. Only now do we have to put the nets over. It's just that nobody can be bothered to shimmy up there and get in there with a coarse bristle brush and some hot soapy water or whatever and wash it up. No, it's too much work. We'll lay claim to all this, but we're not going to maintain it in any way. We're just going to hang some shitty nets over it so the birds can't get at it. And Bob's your uncle. Look at this nonsense. Get enough bits and bobules and nodes sticking off this building? Like, was that in the official design plan? Each one of them is an animal's head, by the way. I don't know, some kind of serpent-like or dragon-like creature. I don't know. But like when he proposed this design and said, yeah, and I want, every 6 inches here, I want me some kind of little demon head bobule node thing. And, the pulpita or whoever approved this just looks at it and goes, yeah, seems fine. Not a problem. We'll just get you on some scaffolding here with a bunch of guys and easy peasy.
It was super easy, barely an inconvenience.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's exquisite. Was this some kind of giant octopus? Is that an ice sculpture or an inflated thing or glass? Whatever it is it's fugly, and it's meant to detract from this old world glory and to mock this. Us 8 appendaged creatures have got our tentacles all over you and all over the old system that has been destroyed, reset, and hijacked. To me, that's what an octopus is saying in front of a structure like this. We've got our tentacles in you now. Look at this thing. Not sure why this one is darker than this one. Has this been painted? Replaced? I don't know, but some stuff's gone down big time on this one compared to this one. And then the process of cleaning it up, and they only got her half done. I don't know. But That's all just carved with relief. Relief carved, meaning you carve away and the what's left, the artwork is actually sticking out. You're not think carving in those people. You're carving around to have those people be revealed. There's no numbers, just oh yeah, there is. They put 4 eyes there instead of the IV. It's not how it is. Even though I screwed up the Roman numerals earlier, I know. It's hard to tell. It looks like it could be an IV, actually. Maybe. Either way, let's put 2 clocks on this thing. And then get all up here, all these statues. If this was here, a building in Calgary, like they've already been guilty of in a couple of buildings, they would pull all these down. They're dangerous. A strong wind could knock those off. It's been around for, you tell us, hundreds of years or whatever. It's been fine the whole time. Now you're saying that they're a hazard? Wait, not to mention, are these gold dragons? Or griffins? They look like griffins, maybe. Yeah, some kind of winged golden, I don't know, eagle, griffin, something, some kind of beastie. Yeah, that's easy to do. Sure. We'll do a big one and then we'll do a little one above it. Just because we got all the time and money in the world, apparently. Now, this is going to be a potpourri of images. There's going to be some exterior images of one building. There'll be some, wide pan shots of city scenes, streetscapes, interior shots like this, close-ups of statues and other details as well. So Glenn did a great job of capturing all kinds of stuff. This is just exquisite. You got the horns of plenty here, the cornucopias. This one's just spitting out royal jewels and coins and crowns and stuff. This one's spitting out some flowers and, I don't know, some jewelry. Okay. No food? No apples and grapes? No? All right. Thanks. Look at this. Gold! Yeah, no problem. Who is this? I don't know if the WhoTubes will let me say, because I'm still, like I said, mostly in WhoTube's detention right now with my strike against my channel, so I got to be careful. The fire bringer, the fire bearer, of course, more owls. This looks like, I don't know, flames eternal, like the Olympic flame. It's, just some garland leaves festooned upon it. And then, your lions. You gotta have your lions. Just amazing. Even this down here. Incredible. A better shot of that. It's actually some old tech up there. It's got a rod sticking out of it, or a copper wire coming out of it. Oh, Frankie, that's just for their Wi-Fi these days. Yeah, sure. Of all the places to put it, they put it way up here, did they? Just jaw-dropping, man. What's he holding? Oh, fascies. You don't say. Guy's just holding a piece of wood. He's bludgeoned a lion with that. Great. Nice work, bud. Thanks. Another fascies here. Stuff like this. Like, really? This got to be gold, eh? This little tiny piece here. All right. Thank you. This is, I just had to keep my mouth shut for a second. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Robert. Wowza. Again, you just present the drawings, the blueprints, the plans, the official plans to the proper authorities, the building designer, the architect, whomever. He brings this into, I don't know, your local Catholic diocese, or maybe, I don't know, you roll them up and you sketch this out on some scrolls, put it in a tube, and send your messenger via horse to the Popera over at the Vatican there, so he can give the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and he just looks this over and goes, yeah, 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 get at her. It's not a problem. Just go ahead and do all of that. Do all of it. Make sure you get these tiny little nodes and bobules, the tiny little itty bitty bits. Like this stuff you might see when you look up. Okay. But the itty bitty ones, like these, super important to get all of that in there. Come on. Look at this shot. Oh, yeah, sure. Plus, there's nooks in here with statues in them. Oof. As if all of this isn't enough. Yeah, we're just going to put some statues up in here, too. Whoever these people are. Just incredible. How often do we see this design, too, right? It's either 4, sometimes it's 3, because then this lower one is removed because it's a window. This is flabbergasting. No, more statues. Yeah, okay. How'd they get up there? How did they hoist those up there? I mean, inside, I get it, Sure, you're still 20, 30 feet up, right? These huge, tall, interior vaulted ceilings. Howdy, Sig. Sigs are in the box. But I mean, outside. And again, this is Austria here. I mean, they have winters there. I'm sure it's not as cold and blowing and not as much snow as we get here. I mean, hell, last week we had another snowstorm here in Calgary. Got another half a foot of snow. It's nice again today. It's 0 Celsius out there right now, like 32 Fahrenheit, right? Just hovering at freezing. But it was above 0 Celsius earlier today, so the snow's melting-ish. But still, doing all that outside in colder climates or extremely hot climates would just be brutal. Inside, at least you got a little bit more of a controlled environment where you can do all this gold leafing or painting or whatever this is. I don't even know, man. Carved wood. Every tiny little detail. I mean, we're going to put leaves here, but then we're going to put little berries. Then we're going to paint the gold and the vein of the leaf. Come on, man. And you've got all this ironwork to boot. Oh, of course, a griffin. 2 of them. Why not? Why wouldn't you have a couple of griffins? This looks like it's been buggered with. You've got a rampant lion standing on hind legs, but normally they face inside the crest, like these ones are. And something else here, some kind of banner or something. It looks like it's been monkeyed with. Old World Mi'kmaq in the box. Howdy, howdy. Quay Nitap, good to see you. Well, who knows, right? That could be it, right? Odin's Ravens says probably no winters back then either. Could be. Could be. I mean, everybody's hollering about climate change lately, last, a couple of decades. I mean, Al Gore really put the fear into a lot of people with that, with his big inconvenient truth BS propaganda documentary. But I mean, people have been walking around with sandwich board signs over them for, we're told, hundreds, if not thousands of years. Again, the end is nigh and whatever, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think that there have been really extreme weather phenomenon that have altered our realm in what we would call fairly modern times, like 1800s. Never mind going back, thousands of years. This is just some busted up ruins, and it's still so exquisite. Again, a lion's head here, some kind of pitcher or vessel. Screaming guy. This almost looks Aztec or Mayan, even with this guy with his bad Mayan haircut. Just chop her bangs right off, bud. Just make it so I can see. The rest is fine. Gonna do business in the front, party in the back. I'm gonna do the hockey hair there, bud. I'm gonna rock the Yamir Yager for sure. All this too. And again, this is in ruins, and it's still so highly detailed. These rosettes and floral reliefs still fairly intact. These lion's heads, of course they are. Of course they are. Why wouldn't there be tiny lion's heads there? Not to mention all this debris and rubble and destruction in the background. Just pile her up there in the sunshine, bud. It's fine. We'll just stack all this garbage here. Thanks, archaeologists. You're not going to bother doing your research to figure out where this is supposed to go and how it was. No, we're just going to lay it here like your Nana's rock garden. This is probably not originally how this was either. They just did Lincoln Logs or Lego and just put it together. Half-assed best guess. There's Ubu Khan. Howdy, howdy. Good to see you, bud. I agree, Glenn. Just ridiculous, man. But so exquisitely beautiful at the same time. So when they tell you that buildings like this, even if they say, well, this was built in the, 11, 1200s, 1400s, whatever, and it took them 30 years. Even then, I'm scratching my head at just as much as if they, tell us the building that was built in the year 1900 was built in 1 year. It's the same thing to me. Every little square inch, every centimeter of this thing. I mean, just all of these complex angles. But as if that wasn't enough, it's carved wood, it's hand painted, it's got all these designs. And this has probably been whitewashed. You could. I'm almost willing to bet dollars to good Canadian donuts that this probably had some kind of fresco painting, probably painted to look like the sky with like angels or cherubs flying around or whatever. You know what I mean, right? Look at this fountain, man. Yeah, we're peeing and pooing in our chamber pots because we don't have plumbing, but we can build these fantastical water features with pressure that creates these glorious fountains. And then we're just going to make all these exquisite lifelike carvings too, just to boot. Not to mention all this in the background. Come on, man. Exquisite. There's some up close and personal. Again, just all these tiny. I mean, no one's going to see that from standing on the ground, man. I'm going here near to pray and sing some hymns. But I better look up and squint my eyes real good. Or maybe bring a telescope or a monocle, or what were those called? The pirates looked through. Telescopes, right? So I can see this before I go in and sing and pray. Incredible. Grabenhof. Look at this. Yeah, we're really, you got some wrought iron that you're showing off, eh? Well, we got gold. How do you like that? How do you like them apples, buddy? Yeah, with your wrought iron. Was this amateur hour? We got gold. Gold. Not to mention pink marble. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing. And then, yeah, get your lions in there. Absolutely exquisite, man. Exquisite. Sherry Ives is here. Hello, hello. Howdy, Sherry. Good to see you. All right, here's a little bit of a pulled back shot of an earlier shot. Some of these might be repeats, but from different angles. Wider shots, tighter shots. And here now we can see what's on top of this thing. Oh, it's fine. It's just some seafaring vessel. I've never seen that before in my life. I've seen carvings and sculptures or what have you, artworks, assemblies, whether it's metal or bronze or carved out of whatever, stone or whatever, before inside churches. There's one in, I think, one or two in Quebec. I think there's one in Montreal and one in some little port city or town that have these in their church because the patron saint of sailors is is what they name the church after or whatever. But I've never seen it on top of a structure. It's very unusual. And again, all of this here. I mean, these fasteners, did you twist these on to fasten this plating, this, I don't know, bronze plating? I don't know, but we've got a giant eagle here again. That's fine. Amazing. All right. I think this is as good a time as any to take a quick little pause here and take a little mid-show break. We're just past the 1 hour mark. Give you a mid-show break here and give you a sneak peek at your upcoming midweek vintage footage. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us here. Appreciate it. But also as a reminder, if you've been around for a while, every Wednesday I upload what I call vintage footage video, old time video. I usually set it to music. And I always preview it the previous Sunday. So here on the live show Sunday. So you get the live Sunday with the preview of the Wednesday, which is the vintage footage. And then every Friday, boots on the ground for you. This week's no different. What do we got coming up here? The Duality of Egypt. It's from about 100 years ago, 1920s. It's a short but sweet one here, 3.5 minutes long. The Duality of Egypt. All right. And we are back, everyone. Welcome back. Frankie here, New West Reset, New West Reset Live, episode 162 here today, Sunday, March the 15th, 2026. Just a little bit past 6 p.m., just a scotch there, bud. Past 6 p.m. local time. It's mountain time, of course. And as always, we're coming at you from the foothills of the Canadian Rocky Mountains. Southwestern Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, here in Purdy, Alberta. Thank you very much for winding down your weekend. If you haven't already, please do all the things, just to help a fella out. If you're watching this after the live, howdy. Thank you very much for all your support. Speaking of support, thank you to everybody who participated in taking the poll, the questionnaire about the little vignettes, the little trailers prior to going live. Seems like most of you, you're fine with it. And they're only a minute or two long anyways. And I'm going to try to keep it tied into the topic at hand. And if there's nothing out there that I can scrape up, then, I'm not necessarily going to do it every time. But, I kind of thought it was a nice little thing. So, yeah, there you go. Thank you very much. And also links below for everything that we covered, the top half of the show. About, a little bit of the official his story of Vienna, Austria, because we are looking at visually amazing Vienna, Austria here on the show. I'm sharing your photos, or more specifically, the photos of Glenn Riis, who was kind enough to reach out after a couple of weeks ago. We did an episode of Pedestrian Oblivion. It was the Austrian Pedestrian Oblivion. And he said, hey, I've been to Vienna, Austria. I got some photographs I took. Sent me a huge file, sharing some of it with you here. Thank you very much for joining me here and winding down your weekend with yours truly on the Sunday Funday Show. Woo! Morgan's here. Howdy, Morgan. Good to see you. There's Yas Girly. That's Sandra. Howdy, Sandra. Hello, hello. Howdy, Hippie. Hippie Shake in the box. Kathy Broughton's here. Howdy, Sage. Dragon Sage. Good to see you. New Im is here as well. Sig. Howdy, Sig. Channel 53. Teresa Gregory. Hello, hello. There's Ross. Water the Tree. Odin's Raven is here. Hello. Lord of the Here and How. Howdy. Good to see you. I am Mr. Pete. Hello, Mr. Pete. Now to talk about copper pennies back when they still had copper, eh? Depends where too. If it's American, Canadian, there, eh, buddy? Camels or Marlboro? Yeah, you get some camels, and you can't have Egypt without camels, or apparently Australia for that matter. Apparently they have more camels than anywhere else in the world. More camels than where you think there would be a lot of camels, in the Middle East and the Arabian Peninsula and whatnot. Chow 53 says pyramids were the biggest waste of time, energy, and material maybe ever. It would seem so from at least what they're telling us that they're for. That's just some guy's tomb, just some pharaoh's tomb. Wait, I thought the pharaohs were buried way down yonder in the Valley of the Kings. No, those were. But Khufu was buried here. Yeah. Really? Did you ever find a mummy in there? Well, no. Because the grave robbers got him. That's why. Good to see you, Roberto. Welcome. Hello, hello. Third Eye Mines. That's true. Yeah, the mustachioed man didn't. Well, I heard he dyed his hair, though. But, he was going for that emo look. the dark. He was going for that Tim. I want to get a part in a Tim Burton movie. So I'm going to have the deep, sunken, dark, sullen eyes. And I'm going to dye my hair dark, almost black. Then I'm going to just smush it down with a bunch of Bro Cream. Get that executive contour swoop. Yeah, well, wasn't it cough something that they found? And they said, oh, that's Khufu. But it was just some scribblings way up in above the king's chamber or something. That's what they're calling. They're calling it the King's Chamber. You know, that part that resonates because it's made out of different stones than all the other stone that the pyramids were. Yeah, it's just it's nuts. Bunch of Canadians up in here. Oh, for sure there, bud. For sure there, bud. I think I saw Stephanie in here too. There we go. Babylon Fox in the box. Hello, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, watching on the big screen there on the TV. That's the way to do it. If you're watching this on your phone right now, get a grip on yourself. We're looking at some visually amazing Vienna, Austria photos here shared by Glenn Riis, friend of the channel. And you're going to be using your phone? Is that what's going on here? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me here. Let's get back to it. We just left off. We were looking here. Now we're looking at this gloriousness. Again, we've seen this structure already, but just from a different angle. Get to appreciate what's going on here. These some kind of vents or something, maybe? Or is that where they let it light? That's glass. It looks like glass, maybe. What are those windows? Is that where they let in and out the homing pigeons? I don't know. All I know is from the street when you're looking up at this place and you're going, wow, the building's amazing. You can't even see this to truly appreciate all its glory. Again, this is the underside of that arch and those ruins in the park. It's a wide shot of it. Like these look like pieces of destroyed structures that they've hobbled together. And they said, oh, this, here you go. We'll put this in the park. Grandpa will love this. And we'll just put these statues way out here up in the trees and the woods. So they've just hobbled this together, I think. Is this a freaking log? Or is it a sculpture made to look like a log? I don't even know. Again, more of these bobules. What purpose did these serve, I wonder? They had to have served some kind of purpose. It can't just be for the glory of God. It's got to be something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're just doing it to show off how good you are or just to pay tribute to the Lord, then, I mean, I guess, but it just seems so excessive, doesn't it? And again, I'm not knocking it. It's absolutely beautiful. But, even these tiny little ones, they got to put tiny little bobules. I mean, come on, man. Raven says, I'm on a phone. Also, I'm sorry. I mean, watch how you want to watch. I'm just glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here, but I would think that it's going to be hard on the old ocular sphericals, no? Look at this. Looking like any Capitol building or, I don't know, state house, courthouse, post office. Not even sure what it is. I can't quite make that out. Besides, it would be in German or Austrian, so I don't know. I would probably butcher it anyways, but it's exquisite, man. All this. And I'm running out of adjectives to describe how beautiful everything is. Yeah, we're just going to put these little phony tassels on this detail here, just for shits and giggles. Not to be outdone, the ironworkers guys are just like, hold my beer. Come on, man. Yeah, hold my beer, bud. I got a thing or two to show you. Look at this. And then all this nonsense behind it, too. What's going on here? You got Yoda ears, lady. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, it's part of the aura, the halo. Excuse me. Looked like it was just big, giant Dumbo ears. What we got here? Oh, look at this. A griffin. Color me shocked. Not to mention all these weirdo faces. And what in the Sam Steele's going on here? Heard the cow jumping over the moon, but the griffin jumps over the skull? Okay. Wonder what that means. Yeesh. It's off-putting, I'll tell you that much. Creepy and off-putting. What is this weird beastie? Some kind of lion, I'm guessing. It's got to be a lion. I mean, why not? These interior shots are just as mind-blowing. Just got to do all this. See the frescoes? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, just some guy with a hammer and chisel. Dink, 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 dink. You don't want to sneeze. Dink, dink, ah, oh. Knocked off half of his glorious hairdo. I guess I got to give him a mohawk and do the other side. Dink, 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 dink. You know what I'm saying? You just really want to be careful. Imagine you're just about done. I just got to do this freckle on his kneecap and I'm done. Dink, dink, pink. Oh, dang. And you knock off a big chunk. What do you do then, right? I just put some plaster over it and they'll never know. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they had something, but I mean, you'd be able to tell, obviously, and those things are immaculate and they are flawless, just like all of this. With the powdered wig guys. You got there some kind of spanner, some crescent wrench. Just working on my transmission. But you got a horse there, bud. No, I drive a Buick, and I need to work on the transmission. Getting some slippage between second and third gear. Why I'm doing a British accent for Austrians, I have no idea. It's the only one I can really do, and I don't even do it that well. Even like these panels on this back of this statue chair has different little depictions. I mean, who's going to see that? Look at this. Come on, man. Like, who's up there? Setting up scaffolding and laying on your back, like Michelangelo doing the ceiling in the Sistine Chapel. Is that what you're telling me? 60 feet up or whatever, or 40 feet. Look at this, by the way. I'm just now noticing the pipe organ. I assume this is a church if it's got a pipe organ in it. Statues, carvings, relief work, just everywhere. I mean, the only smooth surface in the building are these pillars. Everything else is just lousy with all kinds of details. Faces again. Creepy, creepy faces. Here's the torch-bearing guy again. Come on, man. I mean, are you kidding me? Wow. Just absolutely incredible, man. Like,
ooh la 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 la.
yeah, I mean, like I said, this looks like it's form and function, like there's a purpose behind it. And I don't think it was necessarily just a bunch of people walking in, same time, the same day of the week, with the same people, saying the same prayers and singing the same songs. I think originally these buildings served a greater, or dare I say higher, purpose than we're being told. I mean, I know the church had money going back in the day as far as you can go back, supposedly, but I mean, this is extravagance beyond control here. Look at this, man. Come on. You kidding me? Oh, this is just my great room. What? In my palace. This is just my, I don't know what this is, a ballroom. Look at this chandelier. Look, and then all the wall sconces. Like, take off, man. So beautiful. Even the floors. Like, you don't even bother to look down at the floor, but even the floor. Parquet flooring. Like, everything is just chef's kiss, you know? Oh, yeah, and then we get into all of the stained glass. Jeez. Again, these little tiny bitty bits. What happens if this little piece breaks out? You got somebody on your speed dial that can just come in and repair that, do you, Padre? I don't know, man. This has become, if it hasn't already, it's very slowly becoming a lost art. Because you just don't see this kind of stuff anymore. Unless it was, they tell you from back in 1742 or 1428 or whatever. What's this? We've got soldiers' armor or paraphernalia, but no soldier. It's a tree stump. Wait, let me guess. Your neighbor kept running over your snowman, so you built the snowman around a tree. So when he comes by with that Buick to run over your snowman, won't he get a surprise? Lions again. I have no idea what this is. Like grinding sound you hear outside is my neighbor working on something. What are you doing, Bill? Out there. Keep it down, will you? We're looking at Vienna photos, for pity's sake. Yeah, I don't even know what to say with this. I mean, come on, man. Kaiser Franz Joseph I. Sure. Why not? Kaiser Maximilian I. Okay. Who's this? Kaiser Karl the Sixth, maybe? I mean, I don't know these dudes, but I'm guessing that's who this feller is. Look at this, man. Not to mention the colors, like it's, this sort of blues and grays and black with the gold and the white. It's just exquisite. Yeah, I agree. Robert says, this shit does not break. I sort of get where you're coming from. Channel 53 says the stained glass is worth the work to me in most cases. The other stuff is a lot of much sometimes. Yeah, it's a little much. Kathy Broughton says that stained glass used to be filled with crystal. Really? Huh. Learn something new every day. Two-headed griffin on top of this. Look at this shot of this tech. What do you got a big giant bolt with a standard screw slot in it for? Are you just going to go up there with your giant screwdriver, unscrew that, and I don't know what, top up the red mercury? Is that what that is? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Let me ask you something. How come you asking so many jackassy questions?
Again, more of this, but look at this. The eyes are very creepy. And plus, you got a walleye. One eye's looking south by southwest, and one's looking right at us. What's going on? You got the glaucoma or something? Smoking some reefer? What's going on there? Look at this. Oh, more dudes here. What's he got here? Just a lamb on a box. Okay. What does that do? Nothing. Keep your myrrh in there, your frankincense. What's the deal? I got a book. What is it, the Bible? No, it's a cookbook on how to kill lambs. You shut up. Maybe he's got some Vienna sausages in it. Get out of here, Tracy Morgan. There's no Vienna sausages. Generale. Okay. Golden eagles again. Literally. These urn shapes we see all the time, but these are extra fancy. This clock looks crappy. I bet you that was swapped out. The original is gone. You know, if they're not gold, they might as well be bronze or brass or whatever, or copper. Sure. What are these light fixtures? Oh, no, it's a statue inside a little covered nook. Amazing. Just amazing. Oh, here's a close-up of one of those pillars. You see what I mean? Ding, 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 ding. Just almost done with the beard. And then I can go to lunch. Ding, 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 bink. Oh, I guess there's no beard for Wilhelm or whoever the hell this is. Look at, it's an ancient carving, and look at the giant buildings in the background. They're telling on themselves in the old carvings. Big, massive buildings. 1, 2, 3, plus the dormer or the gable roof. So essentially 4 stories. What's going on up here? Got some kind of magic stick. Let's get a giant question mark on it. What are you, the Riddler? Crazy stuff, man. There's more of that reassembled destruction. That's what I'm going to go with. Reassembled destruction. A bird here, some kind of axe, screaming guy again. Again, this looks very South American or Central American to me. You'll probably say, oh, this is from Roman times. A couple of torches here. Oscar the Grouch coming out of his trash can. Big Bird's going to be around here somewhere. Mr. Snuffleupagus. Oh, yeah, more bird nets. I mean, Vienna itself is just littered with all of this beautiful statue work. I mean, aside from, you know, the modern preventative measures. Yeah, I would agree. Baja says always misery faces. Yeah, a lot of times they do look miserable. And this kid does not look like he's having a good time. Like maybe it's raining. Just seeking some shelter under this lady's flowing robe. I don't know. She's not having fun at all. She almost done dropped her baby. Hang on to the baby now, lady. Another building with bobules and nodes all over it. There's 2 like this, but this one's got this roof. Roof? It was cold then. Perky. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. I didn't even really. Oh, you guys are terrible. Terrible.
I wet my jockeys here.
Hello, Julia. Good to see you. Just trying to get a load of this. Sheesh. I mean, the roof shingle guy must have been like, really? You got me perched precariously up here for this? Yep, get her done, bud. Or the Lord will smite thee. What do you got here? Holy hand grenade? Just throwing apples at people? You throwing rocks? Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. What are these for, man? Are they gathering energy or wavelengths or static electromagnetic charge? Like what is it? Even way up here. Let's put some berries there. People will love that. No one's gonna see that. It's 45 feet up in the air, man. It's like 20 meters high. What's he got here? He's got a rolling pin, so he's got a recipe for chocolate chip cookies or something. Or he's gonna bake a pie. Maybe he's gonna bake a pie. Maybe he could make a berry pie out of some of these berries there. All these fleur-de-lis of different shapes and sizes. What's that all about? I mean, this is just some kind of tech. It looks techy. Look at this. What? Sam Steve. Angry monkey. Or something. Oh, another griffin. Sure. Uh-oh. Avert your eyes, men. Take it easy now. Take it easy. We got a Sphinx lady with a kid riding on her saddle on her back. Okay. I have no idea what's going on here. Why does Vienna, Austria have a Sphinx lady? Very Egyptian, so they would tell us. I do not know what's going on here. Kind of Celtic design? Okay. Look at these capitals up here. There's an owl peeking out of there. Hello. There's that face of agony again. The kid needs some skivvies, says Ubukan. Yep. Put pants on that kid. Sheesh. More creepy faces. What's going on here? Toodle toot toot. Sure. Why not? Crown. Flying in with the crown. Okay, now we can see this thing. Okay, so it is a rampant lion with a boner. Crown. And 3 birds. Flying dragons. I don't know what. More statues of people being bludgeoned. Oh, this guy's beating a centaur. That's nice. Or lions. And look at all this business up here. Just gonna just attach that to the marble somehow. Just wraps right around it. Look at this. Oh, look. Look at a little square and compass-ish. And there's faces in this too. More horns blowing out, I don't know, flowers or fruit or something. Who's this lady? I don't know who she is, but she looks pissed off, man. She looks pissed. There's a closer look at this thing. See, there's some kind of wiring here. Going up here. That's like that's just bare copper too. It's not even like the old knob and tube wiring when it was wrapped in like braided rope or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's just metal. That's just bare exposed copper metal or something. That's definitely not a Wi-Fi antenna. Very interesting. Could be. Could be a lightning rod. I always found that kind of strange that you would put a lightning rod in your building because as apparently lightning tends to strike the tallest, generally speaking, tallest object, whether it be a building or a kick-ass tall-ass tree or something. So wouldn't you just put your lightning rod as like a 100-foot tower, just, you know, away from your important structures like your home or any state buildings or schools or hospitals? Or we're going to put it right on the top of our building, but then we're going to try to draw the current down into the ground and ground it. Is this a wolf or something? It's fugly, man. Yikes. These grotesques are indeed truly grotesque. And then there's some kind of weird person holding them up too. And then again, that roof on this church or whatever, cathedral. What's going on here? Something happened here. Why is this look all... And this just looks like it has seen something happen. More gargoyles and grotesques. I think we have an IV here, people. Finally, the way it's supposed to be. Not 4 ones, 4 I's, but an I and a V. V for 5, and the one before it is 5 subtract 1 gives you 4. Just like the Roman numeral for 10 is a 1 with the X. X is 10. With the 1 in front of it, subtract 1 from 10 is 9. You don't do a V with 4 ones behind it to do a 9. All this in the back. This place is super techy, man. Like super, super techy. Yes, absolutely. Great photos, Glenn. You've got the eye, bud. And again, thank you to Glenn Riis, friend of the channel, for sharing these photos. He reached out to me after a couple of weeks, just after my show a couple of weeks ago, of the Austrian pedestrian oblivion. And he said, "You like some Austrian stuff, does you, Frankie? Well, here you go. Look at this. It is like a flame eternal. It's like a torch, like carved flames on the top of a torch. Because that's easy to do. Oh, a little bit of something damage here. Uh-oh. Again, it looks to me like there's some kind of copper wire or some kind of wire going along here and then coming down here. I just thought that was Queen Victoria for a second, but it's not. Apples, grapes, flowers, pears. Oh, yeah, the fascies guys. That's what we're looking at here. Yeah, the fascies guys. Will you get a load of... Just look at it. Look at it. What is all of this? I just had to maybe put a fancy picture frame around this fresco on the ceiling. And gold leaf it? Yeah, so what? All the time and money in the world. Spare no expense on anything. Is this freaking marble up here? Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeesh. Yeah, because that's easy. Is that a Michelin tire spray painted white? Nope. A lot more complicated than that. Hey, wait a second. Is that actually a bison or a buffalo head? I mean, again, this is Vienna, Austria, so they didn't have bison or what we call buffalo here in Canada and the States. You know, the bison. Tatanka, right, from Dance with the Wolves. But it certainly looks like a bison skull. It could just be a bull skull, or maybe it's a water buffalo. It's not a lion's head, though, I'll tell you that. Oh, here we go again. Come on, man. This is just... Really? Oh, look how high up we are, too, by the way. Yeah, just got my harness and some rope. And I'm just going to shimmy up here with my chisel. Like, 6 chisels and a couple of hammers, and I'll just be up here till it's too dark to work, and then I guess I'll climb down and call it a day. Oh, yeah, exactly. Kinley Jackson in the box says you just wonder about all the symbolism. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. What the hell? Okay, so here's your fascies, your bundle of sticks. bound together with the axe coming out. Sometimes the axe blade is coming out from between the bundles, sometimes poking out the top. A couple of spears or whatever those were called, the Roman legion staffs. They had a special name I can't recall right now. The centurions, the centuries used them. Of course, he's sitting on a globe. It's being split or busted apart. He's got a sword, a staff, and he's got one of those laurel leaf wreaths in his beak. What's this? A goat's head or a ram's head, wearing a necklace of skulls? That's what it looks like. It might not be. I don't know. It's just what it looks like to me. So yeah, talk about symbology. Yeesh. This is the top of that one with the two guys with the fasces. So she's got a sword too, this lady. This guy got something over his eyes. It's blindfold. It's a pretty skinny blindfold, buddy. I don't get who this guy's supposed to be. I'm sure he's supposed to be somebody significant. This lion is definitely not having a great day. Jay Benk. Okay. Don't know who that is. My apologies, Austrian peoples. I don't know. Look at all this in here. Are you kidding me, man? Incredible. Each one's got a different pattern. And all the ones going this way will do this pattern. All the ones going that way will do this pattern. Sheesh. Another fountain. Poseidon, I guess. Is that kid riding an elephant? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's exquisite. Literally a seahorse. It's creepy. Some shells here. These, I think, to my knowledge, these are the first shells we're seeing. Another screaming face, screaming guy. Another shell here and some beads or something. Look at this carving. Let's see if they screwed up anywhere. Made a mistake. Look at this. Folds in the fabric. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy. More of this structure. This structure is obviously subconsciously, this was a favorite of mine. This is like the 6th picture that we've looked at from different angles of this thing. But it is so exquisite. What in the hell? Sheesh. Oh, it's a church. Okay, so why do you have the people suffering and all these big demonic creatures pouncing around at us? This is carved wood. Look at that. Where's it? Yeah, it's wood. Marble. Yeah, marble here, wood here. Incredible. Beautiful. Yeah. Ubukan says, I like those doors. Yeah, they're beautiful. Of course, you get your winged baby-faced cherubim, which I don't think that's actually what cherubs look like. I've heard them described as being quite monstrous and demonic looking. This looks Egyptian. What's with the Egyptian-inspired old-ass stuff in Austria? One wonders. You know, Sphinx lady, Egyptian head-looking person here. Thanks, Sig. Have a good one. Take care out there, bud. That roof again, and this place again. Not to mention all this, too. I mean, I'm so bamboozled by all the little bits and bobules that I'm almost neglecting all of this other stuff, which in its own right is beautiful and so time consuming. Oh, look, sure. Even way inside there. Okay. Look at this place. Kaiser Franz Joseph I, 1868. All right. A lion. Eagles holding something in their beaks. Crown again. Maybe the Kaiser's palace or something. I forgive my Canadian naivete. I do not know. Man, oh man. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. Kathy just sums it all up right there. Wow. Yeah, just wow. I mean, even down the sides and around the windows, and just again, every square inch, every centimeter that they can. I'm sorry, I don't know what this is. It's a close-up of something, but whatever it is, it's so intricate and dainty. Look at this. Careful now. Careful. Don't screw it up. Even if I had the ability to do this, I would be so stressed. Just one wrong move and the whole thing's fudged, you know? Oh, powdered wig guy. Who's this? Neller. Okay. I don't know who you are, bud. It's been somebody important. You're surrounded by gold and fancy little winged cherubims once again. Look, it doesn't matter how much I zoom in. Look at all the little details. From this tiny little, I don't know, rosette or whatever on the inside of this arch on a wall or a doorway. Like, really, you needed to do all this ribbed work or whatever that you want to call that? I mean, was that necessary? Again, don't get me wrong. It's exquisite. I'm glad whoever did it, but it just seems so over the top. You know, each one of these has got to have a different pattern. Each pillar's got a different pattern. Why not? Because that's easy. 4 different patterns on 4 different pillars takes 4 times as long. That's going to be my guess. Yeah, master chiselers. Yeah. Oh, it's just an opera house. Thank you, Glenn. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's just an opera house. Nothing big. Just where you go to see a live gig. Essentially. Another view of this close up. Way up on the top on the roof of some building. And who's polishing this and keeping it clean? I don't know. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Birds flying out of this freaking thing and stuff. Torch. They love their torches over there. Look, they've carved it so that the flame is shooting up and licking the ceiling. Yeah, these must mean something because there's that vessel that's tipped over. Torches. There's the fasces again. Swords and wreaths and whatnot. They probably say it represents, you know, the royals of the Austro-Hungarian Empire or whatever. The quest for the holy pie, says Yas girly Sandra. The two-tone colors make it more digestible than the 100 color stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit more to take in and observe. Yeah, once it starts getting really crazy, it's almost over the top and you almost can't, you know, it's hard, you know, like your brain is like, wow, man, that's a lot of visual information for me. A lot of visual stimulus. Let's just do these little tassels made of gold. Sure. So maybe there's been some damage and then there's been some repairs done on these. Really? We're going to do this. We're going to do all this for a statue that's shoved in a nook 40, 50 feet up in the air. What's going on here? Activated your third eye, have you? Good for you. Look at this. These little tiny little, yeah. Yeesh, man. Glenn, these are just jaw-dropping, man. Thank you so much once again. Oh, look, there's my favorite. Can you tell? Sheesh, man. Who's this lady? I don't know. She's got a fancy golden hat. And she's holding a tinier lady. Oh, there's another shell. Phoenician shell. It's got like little garlands hanging off of it. Oh, more owls. We get owls and lions in there. Owls, lions, and eagles. So we're going to put a little niche in this structural pillar here, so we can put a statue in it. But then we're going to just put all this fancy shit all around it. Just going to put all this stuff around it so that we can just work our fingers to the bone for no reason. Supposedly just for the glory of the creator. All of this little tiny little Mickey Mousey stuff that would take, I mean, the little tiny things I would imagine would take just as long, if not longer, than, building the whole structure. Even if you had, hundreds of skilled, I don't know, sculptors. This guy just gonna sit here with my head in my hands, with my elbow on my knee, just contemplating stuff. Like, what the? Oh yeah, there are three birds. So three birds, and the upright lion facing the wrong way. Must be their coat of arms. Oh, and then there's the lion. Oh my. Just a few more here, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. Once again, thanks to Glenn Riis for sharing these. He took these photos of Vienna, Austria. Look at this. Even with this crappy net or whatever, it's still just unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, they must activate something in the subconscious or the unconscious for sure. Nikon P900, says Glenn. Thank you for that. Here's a great shot. And I'm just going to sit on my balcony, and this is my view. This is what I see out my balcony, everybody. It's fine. Nothing unusual in Vienna, Austria. Just a glass dome here with all of this copper. Look at this. Just gonna sit out here and have a coffee and a smoke, and yeah, that's your view. This kind of stuff you see when you're just sitting out on your balcony or on your deck. Look at this nonsense. A little techie thing sticking up there, maybe. Franciscus Joseph something or other. Like, it's super detailed. Like that. It's not just, a wreath and some garland. No, there's eagles holding it up. That's fine. Oh, and ribbons and bows tied around everything too. Oof, what happened here? It's looking a little rough. Looking a little rough there. I mean, the frescoes, the geometric precision, all of these angles. It's almost too much. There's more of a shell motif here. crown again. This is so beautiful. Whew. Look at it. Just right in here. Look. Yep. Not a problem. Have you ever seen more statues on a building in your life? I mean, there's two here, and you got a head here, and you got two here, you got two here, a guy here, a lady there. There's another guy. There's another dude. There's a head there. Oh, there's two more here, and it just keeps going. Oh, there's a dude here. Oh, there's a lady, and then all of this. Oh, and then there's some creepy guy. I mean, you just zoom in and you keep seeing more and more and more. The lens on your camera must have been having trouble focusing because my eyes, look, there are more people. My eyes are having trouble. These dudes here just hanging out, waving to this guy. Mind-boggling, man. There he is again, the Firebringer. Some copper or something there too. See? Excuse me. Just got my seahorse here. I'll go for a ride in the sea on my seahorse. This is marble or granite. Granite, maybe? I don't know. But either way, this is some kind of metal. Brass or something. That somehow is attached. I guess they would have put a hole in it and somehow attached it. I mean, I don't know. This wraps around the darn thing. And then here's another statue in a nook with the little, she's in a little capsule or whatever. Rose granite, says Lord of the Here and How. Rose granite. And this copper, maybe? KJ saying copper. Another angle of that's where you can see each sized panel or each style of panel. It's got a different style of design in it. Oh, not to mention all this around the edges here too. Whoopsies. Again, no square inch is left untouched. Even when it's just the stark white like that, you can still just see the exquisite workmanship, craftsmanship. Fabulous. Look at this. They're not just scalloped roofing tiles of copper or whatever. It's got a little, I don't know, doinky thing, whatever. These are official architectural terms you need not concern yourself with. I'm just using the complicated official terminology here. But you get what I'm saying. Again, there's that fasces wrapped. Look at all this. Unbelievable. Holding a little statue. I don't know what's supposed to be going on there. Pears and plums, apples. What's this? Artichoke, some kind of squash or gourd. What's this? A pineapple? I don't know. Come on, man. Yeah, we just sell watches out of this place now. It's just a watch store. What? That's how we do it over here. Oh, it's that same place with the crazy roof. Like even the pediments above the windows and doors, they can't just do a regular, semicircular or pointed pediment. No, we're going to break it up and put this thing in here in the middle just to be extra pain in the ass. This place is just ridiculous, man. What's going on up here, too? Oh, you got your Lego pieces. That's how you know it's good. Wrong shot of that pillar again. Come on. Something looks like happened here, though. It's a lot of discoloration. It almost looks like it's scorched or something. Yeah, I mean, good point. It is Omega watches. I mean, it's not like they're slinging Casios out of that joint. That's for sure. Look at this. I thought that other place had a where it went bonk with the statues, but these guys are just gone ham. Like, slow it down with the statues, bud. Like, what do? You just like send a messenger over to your local, I don't know, whoever your best carver is in Vienna at the time. I don't know who that would have been. I mean, I know some of the Italian guys like Bocelli and all of them, but I mean, I don't know who was in Austria. But you just go to him and you say, hey, I need, 4, 8, 16, 21, 22. I need like 48 statues just for my doorway, please. How long you figure? Because we got to get her done, bud. People are tripping over each other to pray, to have a place to pray. So you better start chiseling there, buddy. Yeah, I agree. Dragon Sage says I'd have to spend a month here. Yes, they even put clouds. All this tiny little intricate stuff. And that'll make a guy go cross-eyed trying to do all this intricate work. And this is a coffered ceiling too. So you've got an angle that is a shallow angle, and then it increases its slope rather quickly right here where it starts to meet the ceiling. And so you're going to apply all this to that too. So everything's sloped and on an angle. Give me a break. What's that? I don't know. Going a little bit past the 2 hours here, so sorry, Beaks. Stuff Beagle's gone live. Thanks for sticking with me here. We're just about through this. I mean, there was so much more. I mean, I could have gone for 6 hours with this easily. I mean, these are such great shots of such exquisite work in Vienna, Austria. Look at this with the blue up here. That's beautiful. Mm. Only in Vienna. Got that right, bub. Look at all of this nonsense. What is this? The Opera House? Is this the Opera House? What is this? 1,500, so 15, 18. I can't remember what L is. 50? 1850. 18. Yeah, 50, 60, 70, 80. 1881? Is that what that is? Palace of Fine Arts. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, it's a museum. Oh, sure. You don't usually put stuff like this inside the museum. Oh, no, not us here in Vienna. We put it on the inside and the outside there, bud. You can look through the dome, the hole in the dome to see right up to the tippy top of the dome. Come on, man. If it's not slapped with gold, it's painted with some of the most beautiful frescoes ever. Nice wide shot of this doohickey. Brilliant. There's another shot of that roof, too. Come on, man. Oh, they couldn't quite get the dye lot in this one correct. They were a few shades off on that. Way to go, Steve. What are these? Flying pigs? That's a pig. Is that a pig? It looks like a pig. Or some kind of weird devil dog? I don't know, man. Yeah, it's creepy as hell. Look at all of these windows with pediments over every single one. And then all of these columns with the capitals on them. It's just exquisite, man. Oh, not to mention all this down here. I get the feeling you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a building that's got stuff like this here in Vienna, especially, you know, in the old city center, obviously. Eros und Psyche. Okay. Look at all this. Just right up in here. All the way inside here. And in here. And in behind this. Like, is this some kind of prank? Because they got silly with the details where no one's going to even see that. Yeah, see, there's that fascies again. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're just going to put a statue of a guy and a horse on the top of our building. Meanwhile, over here in the quote-unquote New World in North America, they're taking statues off the buildings because it's dangerous. That was interesting. That's a great point. Old World Meemok saying, I can only imagine the architecture in heaven if this is what we have. I think I see what you're getting at there, brother. All of these difficult angles they have to account for when building this thing. And then again, all of these surfaces are curved, and we still got to carve or apply these and paint them up. Come on. Not to mention, this is oval shaped in its own right. Just angle upon angle, just exponentially multiplies the difficulty level. See, this is almost becomes overwhelming. It starts to get to be a bit much. There's just so much happening. The brain's like, slow her down there, bud. I don't have that much processing power. I mean, just even all this. Oh, under here? Sure, why not? Sheesh. Well, this guy's doing some stargazing. This guy looks like he's out of it. He's just gazing. He's checking out to see if there's any room in the neighborhood basketball court. Yeah, I'm going to shoot some hoops. Let me see if the kids are done playing over there so I can get down there. It's light fixture. Yeah, just put some crowns on it and a bunch of fleur-de-lis and whatever these little coily, pointy springs do. Come on, man. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Roberto says this is only one building. There's thousands everywhere. Yeah. Yep. Dragon Sage says exquisite and sublime. I mean, even the sconce. Unbelievable. Tall ass door. More statues all over these doors, too. Just can't get enough statues, I guess. You know, if you were a sculptor back, in the whatever 1700s or whatever they say this was built, I mean, you would not be short of work. You would not have any trouble going to your butcher and your fishmonger and your vegetable guy and loading up on groceries every week. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seems like, we need more statues. Thousands of statues are not enough for our city. Every building must have dozens of statues. So this is like the old knob and tube wiring I was talking about, where it kind of looks like a skipping rope. Oh no, this is a rope. Oh, wait a second. This might be. Okay, that's a rope. Oh, shit, what did I do? Yeah, got some kind of carabiner or something on it. Maybe that's what the guy ties around his harness when he's washing the windows. For a second, I thought that was the old knob and tube wiring from the 1920s, 1930s, but no, it's a rope. Look at this. Oh, yeah, I think a yellow in there too, because brown and green and white isn't enough. You got to throw some yellow in. Amazing. Even just something as unassuming as these, urn-looking devices or decorations that we see everywhere. But, then they just get super intricate with this too. Okay, so this has been painted on, but there's a bare metal rod right there too. So, I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Normally something like that you use to conduct electricity. I mean, it's not any good now if it's all covered in paint. I wouldn't think, maybe, but Look at this, man. You're just walking down the street and you just happen to look up and you see this on the top of a building. Like, could you imagine this in your city? Yeah, it's a bunch of statues up on the building looking down at me. It's fine. I mean, I bet you over in Vienna, they're like, jawohl, I'm not even notice these things anymore. Or however they talk over there. But a Canadian schlub like me goes over there, and I'm gonna have a sore neck from looking around and craning my neck and looking up high at everything. Not to mention, I'd probably go cockeyed, bug-eyed. Oh, something was going on here. Look at this, man. Come on. Not to be outdone by the stone guys, the brick guys were like, yeah, watch me go, bud. They got little vents, air exchange vents or something in here. Lying. Angel Dreams is here. Hey, Frankie and New West Reset family. I'm so grateful to catch you all. You got my card. I misplaced your number. It has been discombobulating the past few weeks, but I absolutely love my t-shirt. Oh, great. Good. Well, thank you. I have not checked the mail in a couple of days, so I will definitely go and check. Thank you, Angel Dreams. Thank you. And I'm glad you're loving your t-shirt. Mind you, from Calgary to Utah is not that far. It's not like it's going to Australia or something, which I have sent stuff to Australia and the UK before. It takes a while, but it gets there in fine shape. It's that fountain again with Poseidon. And there's this again. Oh, lions too, right? That's right, of course. It's like the tomb of the unknown soldier, but it's like Roman soldier. If you catch what I'm saying. Yeah, see, these look like cow, like bull skulls or water buffalo skulls, or I would even hazard like bison, like what we call like American buffalo or wood buffalo, which aren't actually buffalo, they're bison. But yeah, you catch what I'm saying. Not sure why they would decorate their building with skulls, but sure. A lot more boobies popping out. Watch it, lady. Look at all the way up this thing. Now you can see when you're standing and you're looking up, like you've got to like put a kink in your neck. And all you're doing is catching the underside of these. You're not catching them full on like these ones. Oh, I just noticed this too. Are you kidding me? So this isn't enough. And all this nonsense here, that's not enough either. No, we're going to do all this too. Come on, man. What kind of expression? And what's he? Is he pointing? He's not quite pointing. Is he lecturing? Is he giving a lecture? Some kind of philosophy teacher giving some lecture. This guy's like some kind of music teacher. This harp. I don't know. Those are the owls again. This must be some art university or something. Just a guess. Yeah, I probably couldn't I? Dragon Sage says you could do another full episode on this. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have another file from Prague. Prague. We'll have to save that for obviously for another show. This one's just Vienna. Just as if Vienna's not enough, but you know what I'm saying. Look at this. Look at all these angles, all this that has to be done. And then there's that pipe organ again. Look at this. Huh. Really? Just keeps going. There's just so much beauty in these old structures. Yeah. Yeah, words escape. Yikes. Just yeah, I don't even know what this structure is, but you can see it's built up on a mound, and then there's some kind of water feature here. So again, very complex, very exquisite. I mean, what is that? This is a different pipe organ. This is unbelievable.
What the hell is going on around here?
The ceiling medallion. And then granite. Jesus. Oh, that's that statue on the roof of a building. Yeah, not a problem. There's those ruins. This kind of crazy creature. Looks like it has hooves. So I don't know what it's supposed to be. Looks pretty evil to me, though. These lights up here. More Lego. Great. Absolutely perfect. Just clip a new building right onto it. There you go. Have a good one. Old World Migmax says bedtime. See you folks in the dream world. Thank you for being here, bud. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Could be a dire wolf. Morgan says dire wolf. Could be, could be. More of these exquisite frescoes and the domes and stuff, and then the ceilings. kinds of crazy symbols here. There's a face, a mustache face. Strange. Oh, yeah, of course it's a lion inside there. What else would it be? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's just too much. This is all painted. Some technical issues with my camera for some reason, which is fine because we can still see the images. Just had a notification pop up, and then I looked up, and oh yeah, my camera was out. Oh, sorry, it's not 4, it's 3 different patterns. So only 3 times as long. It's fine then, I guess. Egyptish. Oh, it's okay. So there is some Egyptian going on here for whatever reason, whatever this building is. I don't know. Maybe it's a museum. Howdy, Ryan. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. It says, oh my gosh, that's incredible detail. Yeah. Yeah, this is Vienna, Austria. Photos taken by a friend of the channel, Glenn Riis. Sent these my way. A couple of weeks ago, I did an episode on Vienna, Austria, and he said, hey, I've been there. I got some photos. I'll send them to you. And that's what we're looking at here this evening for the live show. So thank you again to Glenn Riis. Coming to the end of the file here now. Like I said, I tried to get a few shots of different elements, whether it be the buildings, street scenes, close-up shots, interior shots. Yeah, that's an IV. Good. Finally, doing it right. Again, apologies. Some of these are repeating images, but they're just from different angles. Another IV. Yes. See, Vienna knows what's up. The size of this door. What do you need a door that big for? Tassels again. This is just exquisite stuff. I can't get enough of this. Look at these little bijou balconies. All this detail underneath too. Crazy. Yeah, let's make a rounded corner because it's not a problem at all. You just bang that out. It's like really, really not a problem whatsoever.
It was super easy, barely an inconvenience.
See, you can see why I thought that was Queen Victoria. That might actually be Queen Victoria. Oh, hello, loyal subjects. 'Tis I, your true and rightful monarch, Queen Victoria. We are so amused that you've chosen to join us here in Vienna. Maria Teresa. Okay, so it's not. All right. Kick rocks, Vicky. Good day. Oh, look at this. An attempt to add Some kind of indigenous Native American carving. Looks that way. Oh, this place. You could tell I was really, my brain was completely bamboozled by this place. More lion's heads. Look at even this little tiny capital. It's got all this little tiny detail that goes all the way around, even around to the back. It's fine. Nobody will see it. Pigeons can't even get back in there, but that's okay. Gold and crystal and frescoes and everything everywhere. Unbelievable. Maria Theresia. I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be who? I have no idea who that is. But again, pardon my. I'm just a sheltered Canadian, eh? So pardon my ignorance. Yeah, this is all painted fresco. So your perspective, he's got to work all that into the painting with the light source and perspective and vanishing, like all of that. Unbelievable. What a way to end the file right there with this. Just exquisite. So there you go. And there it is. Vienna, Austria. Courtesy of our friend Glenn Riis. Thank you once again, Glenn, for sending these my way. And there is another file we'll have a look at probably in the next few weeks or so of Prague as well. So keep your ocular sphericals locked onto the channel for that. And, make sure you do all the things and hit the bell for the notifications that don't actually work, because that's convenient. So where are we at here? Wow. Coming up on 3 hours, really working overtime. I went long on that, but I think it was worth it. Those photos were great. I probably could have maybe not had, the same building from 4 or 5 different angles, but I mean, you can't help yourself. It's just so mind-boggling. So thank you again, Glenn. Appreciate it. Thanks to all of you for joining me. I'll wind this thing down here very, very quickly. Before I do, a couple of projects coming up. Again, I'm working on the director's cut of Reset 1700, my mudflood documentary that YouTube banned and took down. So working on that. Almost done with the visual re-editing. Then I'm going to go through and re-edit some audio and add in some stuff and so on and so forth. Got an episode of the Knuckleheads coming up very quickly, featuring Chris from Old World Exploration and yours truly, old Frankie Fingers over here. That will be, today's Sunday, so it'll be in the next few days. Behind the scenes, I'm working on a project with Cousin Vinny as well about a sketchy narrative around a school out in Saskatchewan. So, yeah, keep your peepers peeled for all of that. And, of course, as the weather warms up and I'm able to travel a little further away from home without freezing to death, boots on the ground will be, as I continue to expand outward from the home base here. I mean, I haven't really done a Friday that hasn't had a boots on the ground, I don't think. I always try to get one in there, even if, heck, there was one day it was minus 30 and I was out there filming for you. So Wednesday, vintage footage. Friday, boots on the ground. We'll see you back here next week for the live show. Before I go, I'm just going to leave it here with a couple of laughs, try to cleanse the brain palette after all of that overloading stimulus. I know some of us, spring is coming. Some of us, spring's already been here. Some of us have had the false start spring where you think it's spring, and then old man winter comes and sucker punches you right in the jawbone. But spring will be here soon, okay? You know how I know? Here's how I know.
It'll be spring soon. The orchards will be in blossom. And and the birds will be nesting in the hazel thicket.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, it's been a long winter. Woo, it's been so long. You can get out there. You can, do some stuff. Just get outside, go for a bike ride, motorcycle ride, just go cruising. I don't know, maybe take a road trip or something. Oh, speaking of cars and road trips and driving and stuff, I've got some video footage here of Kathy Broughton, our friend Kathy in the box. I've got some footage here of Kathy driving. Check this out. Boogity boogity, get her done. It's fine driving from Kathy Broughton. That's not, I mean, it's nothing to sneeze at, man. That's that quarter mile stuff is it's pretty good stuff. It might not be your skill level, but you got to hand it to people that have that skill set. People that like to go fast. I mean, this is more my speed. This is something that I enjoy. Just like on the top, it says POV, a customer's telling their kid that we have no marshmallows left. And then she does this. That's hilarious. Come on. Oh, that's good. It's cruel. Don't do that. That's mean. It's really mean. All right. So there you go. That's enough shenanigans. So I think that is going to seal the deal here for Frankie. New West Reset live, episode 162. Visually amazing Vienna, Austria. Thanks again, Glenn, for sharing those. Thanks to all of you for joining me. Thanks for winding down your weekend here with yours truly. Please don't forget to do all the things. And until the next one, take care out there and have yourselves a good one. All right. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma.